religion is a major factor of should we say the abolition of culture?
Dismantle. Aborting the culture. No, come on. Yeah, you know nothing about aborting your culture. It's the Caesars of the culture. Okay.
Not actually our parents. The boomers.
Uko na nini na kwa zamani leo? Utazamani umekufanyia nini?
Tell me when I watched a video by pastor. Alikuwa amepakisha watu line. Mstari, huu ni mstari wa mabibi, huu ni mstari wa mabwana, anapiga. Kunyorosha. Akimaliza sema bwana wanangoja, wanakuja wanapiga. So just tell me why. Na mtoto si hapo pale. Tell me what he's thinking. Utaki kusikia uchungu labor. You just go for that. It's called, I don't know if it's selective CS or selective CS, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, you pay for it. Hata bila complication or nothing, you just go. Hautaki mambo yaribike huko.
Goes the culture. Pop goes the culture.
Pop goes the culture.
Pop goes the culture.
Pop goes the culture.
Pop goes the culture.
Hi everyone, this is Bobo.
This is Big Shareef.
And here goes
Pop goes the culture. Yeah, what up, my people? My good people. How's your weekend?
My weekend is awesome.
Awesomeness. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I think this is our pilot.
Yep.
It will be our pilot episode for the coming Wagwan podcast. Moja mbaya sana, you don't have to miss this. We'll be talking about culture, the evolution of culture, the factors that affect culture. We are unpackaging the culture change in each and every aspect of life. In sports, in music industry, in film industry, technology, factors affecting the same thing.
Yeah. So what is culture?
Culture is a very broad topic.
Yeah.
It's a very huge topic. We can't finish. Maybe by definition, yeah, I can say it's a way of life for certain age, certain people. Maybe you can say age. Age can affect your culture. Your age group, people of your age group can be living in certain culture.
Yeah.
After that, when a new generation comes, they can be having a different culture from the older generation. It can also be affected by geography. Yeah, where you are. Like Africans have a different culture from the Europeans, from the Asians, yeah, depending
the
on
Arabs.
But something funny,
Yep.
you will find some people in other continents sharing the same culture from where you come from. Like, yeah, some Asians share some culture with Africa.
For example,
when you go to the Amazon, the Amazons kuna some tribes who have same culture na Maasais. Same culture. Same culture. Say difference yao na nini na Maasais ni nini? The language only. Yeah. The only difference with them, but the way of clothing, vile wanavaa, vile wanajieka, you find it's very same. Okay, the Luyas in Kenya, they are alike with the Swazis in South Africa. Their culture, their way of life, their way of doing things is so at times you might find you are from a different continent or a different place, but you share the same culture. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah.
So So there are different types of culture, right?
Yeah.
We have
very many. Very many types of culture, depending on your definition.
We can start with the material culture, like the monuments.
Monuments are material culture.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Didn't you know?
Yeah.
We have one in I know of one in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Which one is that?
It's Al Balad. Do you know Al Balad?
Yeah, I know about it.
So in Al Balad, it's like an old city with old buildings.
They
narrow
made it
road.
like a museum or
Yeah.
something.
They give you the nostalgic feeling, you know. It takes you back to the past. Yeah. So we have different monuments in Kenya. We have in
Okay.
yeah.
So that falls under material culture.
Yeah.
So we have material and immaterial culture.
Yeah, non-material.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the material culture? We say the monuments,
Yeah.
land,
Exactly.
the museums and all that.
Yeah.
But museums were there only to remind the previous generation, to show them their past culture. It's not that it's a culture that they stay to. We can remind you of your old people, but we cannot dictate the way you live. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The Agikuyu before our grandfathers, what were they putting on? The skins and the shukas, and how many Kikuyus put shukas today? I think that culture remains with the Maasai's only.
It happens at weddings and the rashes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they don't do it throughout. They only do it through that time.
Yeah. Because do you expect someone to work in good skin in this time and ever?
Yeah, that's
No,
why we are saying that's why we are saying it can be affected with such kind of things.
Takashizi mtu wangu kitembea.
No, inaweza kuwa affected na technology, technical know-how. No, people are learned.
So compare.
People know a lot of things. People are learned. People know a lot of things. People cannot do what they used to do, but they can be reminded of their culture. But now, my problem is here. Why should we remind you of something, but we don't want you to behave like that? Well, unajua culture yako inafaa iko hivi, but we are not expecting you to behave like that. Like showing a kid that this was your forefathers' way.
Yeah.
But once kesho ametoka na ngozi akienda nje tutaanza, "Wewe, umechizi nini?" What is the effect? What is the meaning of showing people with their culture?
Sometimes you just have to know where you come from. Does not mean that you have to behave like them. At least now people are civilized. Talk of civilization and culture, right?
Okay. But does it mean when you're civilized you live alone, you let go of your culture?
Choices.
You have to make a choice.
Either
Either you're civilized or you
Gotcha.
really?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
You can be civilized but still remember your culture.
Okay. By remaining in your culture means, right? Let's talk about there's this certain group whereby in Kenya they don't go to hospitals or give you back. Mkunga, wanazana wakunga. Yeah, they don't go to hospitals at all. Maybe sahizi ndo wameanza because of the Beyond Zero campaign, yes, hizo stuff za kuzaa, but there's that type of culture, sindio? So imagine I'm from there, I go to school. Fortunately, maybe I get a chance to go to school. Na napata kumbe mtu by the way anaenda kuzalia hostel because it's actually risky kuzalia kwa nyumba. So I get to choose.
I think wahenga wanawasaidia. Sindio? No, wahenga wanasema usimtusi mkunga kama uzazi ungalipo, so maybe wahenga still work with them. Okay, no.
No, so it was just an example. This one, you get to choose, and you can choose to go do it the modern way or your culture way.
But I also have a problem with that. I don't know why. Before we used to have less numbers of CS. Yeah, but less numbers of CS. In fact, zero number of CS. But now with the modern technology, even a minor thing that is not supposed to go to CS unapata imepelekwa CS. Shida inakuwa wapi? Should we stick to our wakunga? Yeah, because
Wachani kuambia in this modern times, kama uko na do na hutaki kusikia uchungu labor, you just go for that. It's called, I don't know if it's elective CS or selective CS, I don't know.
really?
Yeah, you pay for it. Hata bila complication or nothing, you just go. Hautaki mambo yaribike huko. Okay, ninakusikia but
Kombali.
ukisema kombali.
Kombali.
Hivyo sasa ndio nataka.
Ama iko mbali.
Hivyo ndio nataka kusikia.
Okay, so we are saying that mseki ona pesa anaenda tu anakatwa alafu, but the risk.
Money.
No, the risk. Kuna risk ya kwenda CS.
Money.
It's not all about money. Do you know the risk that comes with CS?
But do you know? I'm talking about elective. Is this elective or select? I don't know what maybe for comment section. I don't know, but I know of someone. I won't mention names. Not one or two. Unajua wale watu wanaenda gani wana makeup?
Unaenda
Maternity na makeup.
You can't be serious.
No, watu na
Unajua vile mtu akipusha na kuoga na uso mbaya.
Do you know you can be prosecuted for that?
Nishaingia maternity type moja. Wow. It's such an experience for life. Si rahisi.
So ndo nakwambia mtu anaenda na makeup jana tu ni hii tu shindano tu ndo chungu then.
Serious anafanya tu.
Yeah.
Hataki kusikia uchungu
In
ama
2
hataki
weeks.
kuharibu.
Yeah. Hataki kuharibu.
Wow.
In 2 weeks, ashaanza ku restrain.
Wala.
In a month, asharudisha ile mwili yake. Money.
But then those are the kind of people who are breastfeed also. They wanna pump wanafanyaje?
Yeah.
Kwa sababu if you don't want to go through the process ya give birth, I think pia breastfeeding utaona why should I?
But I think mimi nikikuwa na pesa, I can go for that.
What are the benefits? What are the benefits though? I'm looking at it in a different angle. Okay, niko na pesa sawa. Okay. What are the benefits za mimi kuprefer kwenda CS than?
You're zero pain.
Only?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just feel pain na process kwa healing process, but it's a zero.
I think technology may change in a way that CS inakuwa si risky sana kama before, kwa sababu sisi once mtu alikuwa anaambiwa anaenda CS, you as a man kwanza unaingiwa na wasiwasi. Forget about the money. Unaingiwa na wasiwasi like atatoka labor poa au kweli? Atarudi ama ni hivyo. Yeah, I think Africans pia tumekuwa na hiyo notion ya surgery mzee kitu baya. Hata a minor surgery na tunajua watu wetu tumweke kwa prayers.
Tumtolee nini?
Talk about prayers. Is religion also categorized as a culture?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But me, I know of Michikenders who they have their own culture and they are Christians. I know of Michikenders who they stick to their Michikenda culture, but they're Muslims.
When do unaniambia sasa?
Yeah, kwa sababu if we are saying religion is also a culture, then we have to redefine that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it falls kwa non-material.
Non-material.
Yeah. Because if you talk about how many types of religions do you have?
Lot of religions.
Like?
We have Hinduism, we have Islam, we have Christianity, we have Buddhism, we have a lot of religions. We have the Methodists, we have a lot of more than 9 religions.
So the cultural Kikuyus or the Maasais, right? Before they used to like the Kikuyus. Is that a religion? Yeah, they.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a religious if we want to categorize it in that category. But for me, I feel that is a cultural thing.
It's a cultural.
Yeah, they're doing what their grandfathers used to do.
But they used to worship God. Yeah, God.
No. Are we categorizing religion and a culture, or religion is one factor that affects culture? I think religion is another factor that affects culture. Okay, me as a Muslim, I cannot do some cultural things because my religion does not allow me to do that.
Oh, okay. So religion came.
My culture allows people to drink.
Yeah.
But me as a Muslim, I'm not supposed to drink.
So religion
Just
inakuja inaleta nini?
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't know.
So
That's something
it's religion that came after culture. So culture was there before.
Yeah, religion came after culture, of course.
So what do you think? Should you live by your culture or religion?
But we said if you're living by your culture, there are some things the new technology is going to cut you out. Do you know of people who don't use mobile phones? Because their culture cannot allow them to. Yeah, then if we are going to categorize it in that way, that's something else.
Wait, there are people who don't use mobile phones.
No, I'm just trying to put that point. Najaribu kuonesha njia ya kusema hatuwezi stick sana kwa culture. We can embrace some facts, but there are some facts we cannot run away from. Kuna vitu hatuwezi acha kisa na maana ati culture yangu hainiruhusu. We used to send messages by putting on fire. So what do you want me? I pull out my mobile and send a message and one SMS. By the time washa hiyo moto sim message ishafika. So do you want me to stick to the culture? It's a big job. or maybe I'm overthinking about that. Okay, so when you're talking about material culture, we say we have the lands, the monuments, and the physical positions of the same. But when we're talking about immaterial culture, what are we talking about?
Beliefs.
Yeah, beliefs. Now,
Marriage.
when you talk about beliefs, are we talking about religion?
Yeah.
How many cultural beliefs?
All types of beliefs.
All types of
No,
beliefs.
actually, it's just because you're talking about culture. I think it's cultural beliefs.
Cultural beliefs.
Yeah. Like the belief that you have to name your firstborn after your parents, or do you only believe?
It's a belief.
Yeah.
No, I'm a Muslim, and in Quran, actually, we are advised to name our kids after our good grandfather.
Not your parents.
The forefathers, it means.
Wazazi wako? Watazaliwa na nani?
The forefathers, it means inamaanisha hiyo lineage, yani the past generation.
But your forefathers sasa ni maguka.
Si lazima ikuwe makuka. To them, huyo mtoisi atakuwa ni kuka yake.
Yeah.
Am I talking sense?
Yes.
Kwa sababu, okay. I'm naming him after my father. To me, it's the father. But to him, that is the forefather.
The grandfather.
Yeah, that's the argument about it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think kama kuna beliefs zinafaa kuwa embraced under cultural belief. Not unless you're not religious. But according to religions, once you've decided to focus on religion, unafaa ku embrace beliefs zote za religion. I think every religion iko hivyo. Even Christianity, even Muslim, as in you're not supposed to be half cultural and half religious. But that's what we are. In fact, most of our African tuko hivyo wengi sana in Africa. You'll find that I'm a Muslim, yes. But Wadigo, they have their own belief.
Oh, you're a Digo?
I'm a Digo. Okay, Wadigo wakona belief yao like my mother is not supposed to enter some parts of my house. My mother cannot enter my bedroom. Yeah, it's a cultural belief. But when it comes to Islam, it's normal.
So what does she do? Which one does she follow? The Islam.
That's another thing.
Yeah. So actually, I think that's another topic of religion and culture. Because I think yesterday I was talking to someone. Akaniambia yeye haisimama na son-in-law wake hivi ati wapige story.
They can't. Son-in-law is converse na mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hawezi simama hivi waongee hivi. Actually, anytime anamuona anafaa kujifunga kichwa, hapa kwa kiva sleeveless. Actually, this also applies to the lawyers.
Cultural.
Yeah, but
it's a cultural belief. But you might find that person maybe Christian in the Akosagi church. Fungulaku number 1. But you go religious and
yeah. So I don't really get the point. That's your son-in-law, right? So
but
you
can talk to your son-in-law. I don't find anything awkward about it, not unless you have some awkward mindset. I don't know.
Na the daughter-in-law akiona tu hivi father-in-law ule pale kwa kona anafaa kutoka mbio.
Siaka. Hiki tu. Wow.
Anafaa kutoka siaka ingine moto.
That's
anazidi anadiste.
That's new. Yeah. Actually I don't see anything bad.
Actually it's the Uganda that happened.
But in Uganda they have a lot of tribes. In which part of Uganda?
We also have a lot of tribes.
Wow.
Did you know which part of Uganda? I can't recall that to you. But yeah.
Okay. That is one immaterial culture. Another, we've said material.
Marriage. Yeah.
Marriage is a material culture.
Yeah, it's non-material.
But nowadays naona tu culture nini zote zinafanya marriage the same.
Yeah, because
people want to put on veils.
Yeah. That's where the religion comes in. Now religion is a major factor of should we say the abolition of culture?
Dismantle. Aborting the culture. No, come on. Yeah, you know nothing about culture. It's the Caesars of the culture. Okay. Tell me. Okay, so we might all along when we're talking, I'm looking at it this way. That means every cultural belief imekuwa affected na religion?
Kwa sababu kitambo people used to get married, right? Without veils.
Yeah. Let's be successful.
Very successful. So hizi Christians wanavaa veils, Muslims wanavaa veils.
Yeah, even
Hindus wear veils. White. Kwa Bible unajua kuna something about the white veil. But sister, what the aspect of your traditional, okay, what people are doing sahizi, they're doing the traditional, then the Christian or the Muslim thing.
Oh, they are doing cultural and then religious.
Yeah, mtu anafanya hii ya rorasho ya tradition, then anaenda anafanya ya church kubwa.
Kwetu huwezi chukua sister yangu mpaka kuja na ng'ombe ngapi. So they come with the cows, alafu kesho tunaenda mosque.
Kesho tunaenda mosque. Yeah.
Napiga mikaa sio?
Na hii ya kuleta ng'ombe, mnavaa kizamani. You need to put on those attires.
Attires zaman.
Yeah.
Not all the people do that. Mimi naona culture zingine watu wanapeleka tu ng'ombe. In fact hata wapeleki ng'ombe, they just take cash and itakuwa worth hizo ng'ombe.
Now that's also culture change.
Inakuwa affected na modernization.
Yeah, na monetization.
Kwa sababu
whereby everything is being monetized.
But you can't say yeah, it's okay since before it was a trade. See, kwa ni mang'ombe for your daughter or mang'ombe for your yeah. See, it's a trade, come on. Okay, if you really wish good, mbona iko hivyo? Why should they give you ng'ombe?
Mang'ombe for what?
For your daughter. Okay, if the daughter was not there, si hatusinge kupatia mang'ombe.
Wingi wa ng'ombe.
Mang'ombe. I saw another I saw another group says, that now the ng'ombe is taking mang'ombe. We get
now the ng'ombe is taking
mang'ombe. Ng'ombe anapeleka mang'ombe kwa binadamu. Ati ng'ombe anapeleka ng'ombe kwa binadamu. Wow.
Ati mwingine aliamsha usiku. Bibi aliamsha usiku. Ampike. Kamwambia aende ng'ombe zenyenyeta huko.
Sikujize pekee. Enda chukue hizo mang'ombe zake.
Because alisema wewe si nimeona ng'ombe kweli. Enda uchukue moja kujibu. Angemwambia
you're behaving like one of those.
Do you think unajua sasa watu hawatoi, it's not actually I think the cultural way is way much better than sahizi. How people valued marriage kitambo, it's different from now. I don't know if it's because of the 50 ng'ombe and the 50 cows and the 50 ng'ombe and cows is the same thing, right? The mbuzi, the nini walikuwa wanatoa.
The ng'ombe is the cow.
Unaka hivi unafikiria mzee akirudi hizo vitu starudishiwa. I don't know. So easy, people don't value marriage.
Okay, is it that akirudi kwao hizi vitu starudishiwa, ama is it that huyu anaweza enda alafu budangu akakosa hizo vitu zote zikarudishwa? It's a two-way thing. You have to look at it in that way also. Mikile na feel si kila culture walikuwa wanapeleka ng'ombe ama mbuzi. There are some tribes I know walikuwa wanangoja tu dem akienda river kuchota maji. Tumebeba bucket yake ile anaenda kuchota maji. Wana ambush. Msee amechukua gang yake ya mtu kama 3 hivi. Anaenda na beba siaka hiki kitu mpaka home.
Anamwiba.
Hivyo ndio unapata wife.
Alafu
So the nini watakuja tu, the family will just come to ascertain that ni nyinyi mlichukua. Yeah, there's some cultures on copy.
Yego fiti, unajua unazambia tu ule crush wako, naenda kuchota maji leo saa 9.
No, unamwambilia wapi?
Kwani hawaonani?
Okay, hiyo kuonana was rare.
Yeah, but
boys and girls didn't use to mix hivyo tu rahisi.
Yeah. Okay. But unajua kwa culture unajua kuna venye mtu alikuwa anakuja unapewa msomo na watu wa nini, yani ma-auntie zako, the old people wanakuambia this happens in marriage. Yeah. Ukienda hivi unafaa kumfanyia hivi, akikuja hivi unampeleka hivi, unajua.
Was it helpful?
I think it was. Kwa sababu
that's why yakuwa na divorces rahisi.
Ukiangalia hizo ma separations nini haikuwa kitambo.
Hazikuwa ni.
Yeah,
hata ilikuwa ni aibu.
Yeah.
Hata ilikuwa ni aibu kuwa na divorce watu wewe leo akaachika. It's not like nowadays. Wewe umeamua kwenda toka uende.
Kiacha unaachika.
Beba vitu zako, acha kusumbua watu. I don't think we were supposed to do away with all bit of culture. And we were not supposed to embrace everything that religion came in.
Exactly.
Tulifaa tu kuwa reasonable enough. A lot of animals have bigger brains than humans, but they don't have that ability. So we as humans, we were supposed to be more curious about us.
I just think that we should go back to our cultures.
Okay, if we are going back to our cultures, then we should not be talking about some things.
Right.
You are not supposed to question about God.
Exactly, because
unaanzaje kwanza? Where is the audacity? There are jokes we could not make. Unaanza ati kulikuwa na joke nilikuwa nasikia juzi about Angel Michael asking, come on, I think naanza kuwa na memory lapse, but nilikuwa kuna joke. It was a very bad joke, eh? It was a very bad joke yenye nilikuwa zile za okay. Hii joke saizi mimi naifeel hivi. What if ungeweza kusema like 10 years ago? You could be stoned. Acha na joke. Kuna vitu fulani usingeweza kuuliza.
Actually mimi sipendi hizo memes za njoo tu unaweza tu post mpaka umwambie tu Mungu wako pole nimeso. Every day I'm fighting for a spot in heaven, bwana.
I'm sorry for reading that post.
We don't joke about God. But we should go back to religion, because kwa culture, not religion, I'm sorry. Culture.
Kuna comedy mmoja nilimpenda sana. I do follow him. Anasema Yesu Yesu akupenda watu sana vile watu tunasema. Kwa sababu kama angependa watu sana, mzee asingekubali kucrucifyiwa hapo juu. Si anapenda watu, si aende na watu. So those kind of jokes kuna vile wezi
yeah,
those jokes ongeza ku crack in sometimes in the back. You could not do that.
Actually it's amusing signs when these younger generations, they are really trying to go back to culture. Ukiangalia TikTok, especially the Murima Gen Zs and the millennials, they're really going back to their culture.
But do you
Yeah.
think it's gonna effect?
I don't know, but
Will they still use mobile phones?
at least it's not about mobile phones ama nini. At least there won't be ile kwa unachikile story ya Shakahola. There's
They won't be brainwashed.
Exact. Penny mjanja.
Kwa hiyo tuseme wanakuwa okay. Oh no, that one is bad. I can't think.
Our parents are brainwashed. Not
culture
actually our
model.
parents. The boomers. Wanaitwaje watu wengine wa zamani?
Uko na nini na kwa zamani leo? Watu zamani wamekufanyia nini?
Kwa nini kwa sababu I watched a video by pastor. Alikuwa amepangisha watu line. Mstari, huu ni mstari wa mabibi, huu ni mstari wa mabwana, anapiga. Kunyorosha. Akimaliza sema bwana wanangoja, wanakuja wanapigwa. Just tell me why. Na mtu hapa si hapo pale. Tell me what he's thinking.
And why was he doing that?
Si hata Yesu alipiga watu pale kwa temple.
But Yesu alipiga watu kwa temple with the reason for turning his father's house into a market.
Exactly. Sasa si sitakuja basi hata alipigana huko. Sasa mimi mwache tu niwapi. Actually, I don't know the reason, but I think that's bullshit.
A lot of bullshit is in religion that we can't take. Kuna vitu mob sana zinakuja na bullshit, but we are not supposed to question.
That's why people should go back to their culture.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I
Okay.
believe God is one. Regardless.
A lot of cultures do believe that God is one.
Yeah.
But a lot of religions also do believe that God is one, not unless you are Hindu. Yeah, they have like 99 gods. The god of fire, the god of this, and the god of that, and the god. But kuna there is a guy I used to work with in Qatar for some time. This guy tukiwa na yeye alikuwa anakula beef tu vizuri, but when the wife came haizi kula beef hata kidogo. It goes back to his culture.
That's true.
So Hinduism is not a culture;
It's a religion.
So they have their own culture.
I think so. According to their, I think they have different tribes.
Yeah, they have more tribes than they have more languages than us. They have a lot of states, and each state talks its own language. But people in Mumbai talk different from people in Tamil. People in Tamil talk different language from people in New Delhi.
That's why I'm saying it was a man. You see, you know things.
But this is something which is come on. Hii information iko online. Kwanza mtu wa sahi ndio anafaa grasp hiyo.
Wasai, umesema mimi wasai. Okay. So we're talking about
non-material culture.
Yeah.
We've said religion, we've said marriages.
Yeah.
Music.
I think music falls under material.
Really?
Yeah.
Music?
Yeah.
Can you touch music?
You can touch, but it has been preserved. It has been preserved. I don't know. But I think music, honestly, music is material.
Okay, I don't know.
You can get a music from the past, kitambo. From a casket.
Casket ni sanduku.
Saket, inaitwaje ile saket? Inaitwaje? Kaseti.
Cassette, yeah. Cassette, yeah.
Cassette. Forgive me. Forgive my manners.
Bure. Umesamehewa bure.
Cassette.
Cassette.
Yeah, they've been stored kwa cassette. Whereby, wala system hiyo jina tena. listen to Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston. Ama huyo wa zamani tunani Kenny Rogers.
Sasa hao watu wote umetaja ni wa zamani.
Mimi najua ni wa zamani.
Seriously. Okay. Ni sawa. It's okay.
Unajua pia mtoto wako alikuwa mkubwa nani Calligraph Jones atakuwa wa zamani.
You niggas was hitting.
Kwanza mikasasuka.
Itakuwa
ya kitambo. So
unajaribu kusema Red Sun ni wa zamani. Okay.
Na huyu mwenye anajiangalia kwa achana na huyu mtani. So, okay, when akikuwa mkubwa, luckily for him, kutakuwa na YouTube, unajua. But akitaka zile zenye za atazipata
kwa box pressure. Do you know box pressure? Unajua box pressure?
Manish.
Sababu unasema kina kala mashaka watakuwa ni UB40 kwake. Atakuwa kisikiza kalama shaka anashindwa sio ni kwa era gani kina robaki na kama atakuwa
ni before Mercedes kwa tu zilikuwa zinaibanga hizo so music is material.
It's material.
Yeah.
Okay, if music is material,
it stands to be proven.
If music is material culture, do you know the history of hip hop?
No.
Okay, hip hop from my understanding. Okay, well, people tend to think that Africans want to adapt hip hop from
the Western.
Yeah. But no. Hip hop is an African thing. Okay, my slaves were transported from Africa walikuwa wanaimba nyimbo gani? Walikuwa wanaimba poet. And the poems zilikuwa zinakuwa presented walikuwa wakihimizo ma drums na ma beats. People do say the poems kwa hizo maships. That is the history of hip hop. Hip hop is from Africa.
Mashallah.
That's how I know hip hop. Nice. So ukisema hip hop inatoka west. So hip hop, I mean, I think okay. I think music is not supposed to be a material culture. Music inafaa kuwa material culture.
Why?
It's a universal language. You can't cling on one music and say this music is only for the Westerns and only Westerns should listen to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we should get an opinion.
The Black Americans have adapted hip hop and have wameishi hip hop. Wameishi hip hop. They lived in hip hop. Yeah. Imekuwa ni their lifestyle, which is not their thing.
Okay.
But also you could not blame them because their grandfathers, that's what they were presenting as their culture.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now walitoka nayo Africa.
Yeah. I was telling you kuna some people unaweza kutana nao ukashindwa. Mbona wasi from Africa? So like let's say ukifika Jamaica, you look at somebody na uko zile za wewe unafaa kuitwa Omondi. Unafaa kuitwa Omondi. Yeah. Or here in Saudi, ukipatana na Black Saudi, unakuta wewe kwa nini wewe sio Molo? Wewe kwa nini wewe sio Chien? As in the fact that hata haelewi Kiswahili inakushangaza.
Kama nanio wewe unamwangalia hivyo na unataka kutoa mongo.
You're like mbona hauelewi hata Kiswahili? You can't say that is material culture.
Yeah.
You can't say that. Then what is that? That is not material culture. Ile nafaa kufall under immaterial culture. That's what I know.
But sasa unajua I think that's something. Music.
It's supposed to be redefined. Okay, I know of Indians who do hip hop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Indians who do it. Kumbaki. Alakazuma. I know of Indians. I have Indian friends who are doing hip hop. Yeah, and they're hip hop artists.
Okay.
And they've
कदे बिंदे रम करना मुकाबला तो पूरा रखी दम गड्डियां वखा के करना हुंदा नहीं कम कदे बिंदे सुट्टा कदे बिंदे रम कदे बिंदे सुट्टा कदे बिंदे रम बिना रेड डॉट लाए मथे मारते हैं शॉट मेरी गाने सुन साडे देखी होए पहलो मेरे जेबा विच कैश तो पाया काला कोट हमें करदे ने पीछे नंबर करदे ने नोट हर दूजे दिन गड्डी अपा कर दिंदे चेंज जिक्का या कटाउंदे जेड़ा फस जांदा रेंज तेरे जही लंडू मेथों मंगदे ने चेंज तेरे जही लंडू मेथों
forget about Indians. Chinese. We have Chinese girls who are doing hip hop, real hip hop. You can't do that. I will, wallahi.
No.
So you can't call that material. If that is material culture, that means it's supposed to. Okay,
but my reasoning is, why I'm calling it material, for the longest time imekuwa preserved, kwa zile unacheki zile za black, zile kubwa zile zinaitwaje? Zile kubwa za black hapo ziko na
discs. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the bigger than your Santuris.
Black. Utina na kile kidisk kile kikubwa.
Santuri, the big one.
Wachana na Santuri. There was this one, the rectangle one, hapo ndani. Ikiharibika ndani kuna ile kitu ya black virefu hivi.
Si ndio? Hiyo ndio player, then you place the Santuri inside to play it. Yeah. Inakuwa kama pin ya chords. Yeah.
Sijapata.
So hiyo Santuri ndio ilikuwa inakuwa kwa hiyo.
Nimesema mtu wa zamani.
Okay. Do you know about Miriam Makeba?
Hey, Makeba namjua.
Where is she from?
South Africa.
Where are you from?
Kenya.
But you know about her?
Yeah.
And you listen to her music?
No, because I have mini siblings wakubwa.
Okay. I know about Immortal Technique. Immortal Technique is not from Kenya. Immortal Technique is not from Africa. But I listen to his music. Yeah.
How did you know about him?
Immortal Technique from way back from high school. He's a big hip-hop artist.
Okay.
One of my best rappers, actually. I know about his name. I listen to him, but he's not an African artist.
But still, you can get his cassettes. Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you cannot call that
material.
Okay, maybe my definition of material is bad. Maybe material. Yeah. It's supposed to be tangible. It's supposed to be visible. I can see, I can touch, I can feel it. That's what I know about material. I don't know. Maybe I can't be wrong.
Maybe I am wrong.
Then after we say religion, marriage, music.
Talk about food.
Food.
Yeah. Where does food lie?
Food, if it's tangible, it's supposed to be material. So food is material culture. Yeah.
Okay.
Ama?
But there is food for the soul.
Food of thought.
Kuna food ya soul, by the way.
What is the food of the soul?
In my religion, I will tell you the Bible.
Oh, the Bible is food of the soul.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to say the Quran is the food of the soul.
It quenches the dust
of the soul.
Yeah.
Okay, what I know is food is supposed to be material culture.
Yeah.
In Mombasa, we have some food. We eat thinking that it's Swahili food, but it's not. People associate biryani with Swahili, pilau.
Biryani
is an Indian food.
Yeah. I thought so.
Pilau is an Indian food.
What?
Yeah.
Na jollof.
Jollof is an Nigerian food. That thing is very siwezi kula hiyo kitu sijui kwa nini. Pilipili.
I don't.
You eat then you cry. I can't do
Pepper.
a lot of pepper soup. I don't do that. Okay, I'll have to go with the ice in the hamon. You can't
If you
put
know,
a
you know.
you can't put a lot of chili in.
If you know, you know.
Okay. Food. What is your best food?
Mimi. You don't have a favorite food.
You don't have a favorite food?
No. But I think I would go with, is it with or for? I don't have a favorite food.
What is the staple food for Kikuyus?
Mimi, I'm happy. Mimi got information of ugali. Ugali, kuku, githeri.
Githeri.
Yeah.
Do Kikuyus take
But
porridge?
unajua,
Do Kikuyus take porridge?
we do. But unajua githeri na Kikuyu household. Githeri. Leo mnakula ya morogarogyo. Githeri. Unajua 1 2 3. Unajua 1 2 3. Cheki. Githeri imechemshwa. Monday inapikwa na waru. Tuesday inakarangwa tu na kitunguu na nyanya. Wednesday mnaweza kulelea morogarogyo ile 1 2 3.
Okay.
Inakatu ile change your two style, but it's the same thing. Yeah. In a Kikuyu household, we just go say githeri. Githeri.
Yeah, but if you say that, I will tell you in a Jaluo household, you cannot miss nyoyo.
What's that?
Nyoyo is githeri in the Luo and they eat it.
They do?
Yeah.
Nice.
In fact, if you go to their burials, they don't miss nyoyo. They don't miss nyoyo binyuka. It's what is it? It's githeri with porridge.
Unakula githeri na unakula uji.
Yeah,
Utaamka.
a plate of githeri with porridge. As in nyoyo binyuka. It's githeri with porridge.
Hivi imekarangwa ama tunyele ya morogarogyo pia kwa chumvi.
They have
Malesh ile ya kurusha hivi juu 1 2 3.
I don't know how they prepare their foods.
But do you eat githeri? Your culture? No.
It's not one of our staple food, but we are Kenyans, we eat githeri.
What's your favorite food?
Mihogo, associate me with mihogo. Samaki mihogo.
Okay.
Sima samaki. That's the staple food.
Oh, nice.
Mihogo, I have lots of watu wengi sana wana associate dinners with mihogo. Actually, it's their staple food. Mihogo ya nazi. Samaki wa kupaka.
So, you've traveled for some time.
Yeah.
For some time, right? Do you think ukirudi? Okay. Do you have access to mihogo or no?
Here? No, I don't.
You don't? So in like how many years have you been away from home?
Now 2.
2 years. Haujawahi kula muhogo. Kwa hivyo ukienda wakupe muhogo utasikia yes.
Yeah, I'm home. Mihogo ya nazi. It slaps in the club tofauti.
Okay, so hujapata access ya mihogo huko kwa sababu hautaki ama kwa sababu hakuna?
Damn expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah, damn expensive. Iko Waganda wanauza, but it's damn expensive. Then even if I get it, now the preparation nafaa nitoke kazi nini nirudi nipike. It's a lot of work. So zingine una
So you prefer to eat out?
Yeah. So mihogo ya home is different from mihogo ya.
Okay.
But which culture in Kenya does not do ugali?
I do. But Kikuyus si eti Wakikuyu wanapenda ugali.
They don't prefer ugali sana.
They
better do githeri than ugali.
Waru. Minji. Kwanza supu.
But Hautakula tu waruna mingi.
Na chapo. Chapo iko hapo.
Yeah, but chapo is unajua chapo ni chakula ya Swahili.
Chapo mojud.
Do you know chapo ni chakula ya Swahili? Actually hata si ya Swahili. Chapati ni za Wahindi.
Imagine chapo ilikuwa inalinda Christmas na sasa.
Chapo ni tena.
Kinde kwa street. Moving forward.
Chapo iko same price now man. Tududu.
Atikia hata ifai kutegwa. Kutegwa wapi?
Mtu ananyamba alafu sasa kwa.
Sama kalel filmoi. Inasemaje sasa hivi?
Asama kata lelo filmai.
Filmai. Hata si moi. Yes.
Moving forward to Asema. Next week we'll be having a guest. We'll be diving in depth discussion of marriage culture. Tunaenda tukidissect pole pole. The other week tutakuwa na guest mwingine. We'll be discussing about music culture. Yeah. Stay tuned. Mazee tuko na unpackings mingi sana za kuwapatia. A lot of unpackings. Yeah. Yani leo imekuwa tu ni the intro of episode 1 of many mazee. Stay tuned. Make sure you're tuned in. Usikose. Ukikosa hii sitaki kuitafala lakini sawa.
Utachekwa.
Ukikosa hii sitaki kuitafala lakini sawa ni nini na umekosa. Till we see you again. Imekuwa tamu walai. Adios.